Have you ever wondered why life feels so heavy, so unfair, as if the world is crushing you? Many people think pressure is there to destroy them. But what if I told you that very pressure is the proof you carry greatness inside you? My friends, life is not about avoiding struggle. It's about embracing the process that makes you who you were born to be. I always say potential is never exposed in comfort, but in challenge. Today, I want to show you how your struggles are not your enemies. They are your greatest teachers. Just like the diamond cannot shine without pressure, you cannot reach your destiny without struggle. Pressure creates value. Let me say that again. Pressure creates value, because so many of us have been running from the very thing that was designed to transform us. We think pressure is our enemy, but pressure is the only proof that something valuable is inside of us. Have you ever stopped and wondered why diamonds are so precious? They're not rare because they fall out of the sky. They're not priceless because they are shiny. No, a diamond is simply carbon. The same thing that makes up coal, the same thing that makes up the pencil lead you used in school. Yet one is ignored and discarded while the other is treasured and desired. What's the difference? Pressure, time, heat, process. When the earth presses down with unimaginable weight for thousands of years, the ordinary carbon transforms into something extraordinary. Without that pressure, it would remain nothing more than dust or coal. My friend, that's exactly how life treats you. The pressure you feel, the weight you carry, the struggles that seem unbearable, they are not there to destroy you. They are there to prove the value inside you. You see, comfort never produces greatness. Nobody grows on the mountaintop. Growth always happens in the valley, under pressure, under strain. When life presses on you, when you are tested beyond what you think you can endure, that's when your character is being formed. That's when your potential is being revealed. Think about it. The athletes you admire, the leaders you follow, the inventors who changed the world, they did not emerge in ease. They were pressed, they were challenged, they were tested. That test is what made their name echo through history. Greatness always has a birthplace, and its address is pressure. Maybe right now you are under pressure. Bills are piling up, relationships are broken, opportunities seem closed, and you're asking yourself, why me? Why now? Why does it feel like everything is pushing against me? My answer is simple. Because God knows there is more inside of you than you can see right now. He applies pressure not to punish, but to reveal. He allows the weight, because weight brings out strength you didn't even know you had. A seed has to be pressed into the soil, covered in dirt, surrounded by darkness, and only then does it break open to release life. The olive must be crushed before the oil flows. Grapes must be pressed before the wine comes out. And diamonds, they must endure unthinkable pressure before they shine. So why do you think your story would be any different? The truth is, we live in a generation that avoids pressure. We seek shortcuts. We want success without sacrifice. We want the crown without the cross. But it does not work that way. Pressure is heaven's classroom. Teaches lessons that comfort can never give. Pressure trains you, disciplines you, and prepares you for stages you are not yet ready to stand on. I want you to imagine this: if a lump of coal had feelings, do you think it would enjoy being buried under tons of rock? Do you think it would welcome the heat and crushing weight of the earth pressing it down? Of course not. It would feel abandoned. It would feel forgotten. But hidden inside that suffering is a process that will reveal its brilliance. That is your life. You may not enjoy this season. You may not understand why you are carrying so much weight, but the process is working for you, not against you. Pressure is the evidence of purpose. Pressure is the sign that there is treasure within you. If you were empty, if you carried nothing, life wouldn't bother pressing you. Nobody counterfeits pennies, but everyone counterfeits $100 bills. Why? Because they hold value. The pressure in your life is the proof that you are carrying something valuable, something too great to be left undeveloped. So the next time you feel like giving up, when the pressure feels unbearable, I want you to remember the diamond. I want you to remember that greatness is never given to those who avoid struggle. It is granted to those who endure, who withstand, who embrace the refining process. Because in the end, it is pressure that creates value. It is pressure that reveals brilliance. And it is pressure that transforms the ordinary into the extraordinary. Hidden potential. That's what you carry inside of you right now. And the tragedy of life is not death, my friend. The tragedy of life is to die without ever revealing the greatness that was buried inside of you. Most people do not live to see their true potential, because potential is not revealed in ease. Potential is revealed when life presses, when struggle comes, when pressure forces what is hidden to come to the surface. You see, a diamond begins as something ordinary. Nobody looks at carbon and calls it beautiful. Nobody walks around bragging about a lump of coal. And yet inside that unattractive, overlooked, forgotten piece of matter lies something priceless. But here's the secret: it takes pressure. It takes time. It takes heat for that potential to be released. The carbon does not look like a diamond in the beginning, but the potential was there all along. It's the same with you. You may not look like much right now. People may overlook you. They may even ignore your gifts. But what they cannot see does not change what God has hidden inside of you. You carry talents that have not yet been expressed. You carry ideas that have not yet been born. You carry solutions the world has not yet seen. That's why you can never define yourself by your present state, because what you are today is not all that you are. There is always more inside of you than what you have already done. Let me ask you a question. How many songs are still buried in your heart? Songs the world will never hear because you allowed fear to silence you. How many businesses, how many inventions, how many books are still trapped inside of people who died too early in their dreams? The graveyard, my friends, is the richest place on earth, because in those graves lie unfulfilled visions, unspoken words, unwritten books, and unlived purposes. And why? Because people never discovered the hidden potential within them. The truth is, potential is never revealed in comfort. As long as you stay where it's easy, as long as you only do what you already know how to do, you will never touch the deep wells of potential that are buried within you. It takes struggle, it takes failure, it takes discomfort to dig it out. A muscle never grows without resistance, and your potential never shines without pressure. Think of the olive. Nobody values an olive until it is crushed. Only in the crushing does it release oil. Grapes are sweet, but their true potential is not revealed until they are pressed to produce wine. And you, my friend, you may look ordinary on the outside, but it is the pressing, it is the challenge, it is the pressure that will release what God placed within you. And here's what makes it powerful. The potential inside you is not for you, it's for others. A seed does not bear fruit for itself. The tree doesn't eat its own fruit. The diamond doesn't shine just to please itself. It shines to give light, to give beauty, to give value to others. Your hidden potential is the gift God placed within you to serve the world. That's why the world cannot afford for you to quit. They need what you carry. They need the dream that is still locked inside you. They need the idea that you've been afraid to start. They need the strength that is being formed in you through your struggle. I want you to imagine if the diamond could speak while it was still carbon. It might say, "I'm nothing, I'm worthless. Nobody sees me." But deep within it was a brilliance that would one day be treasured by kings. You may feel the same way about yourself today. You may think you're invisible. You may believe you're insignificant. But what you cannot see is what God has already placed within you. That's why you cannot measure your worth by your present condition. You must measure your worth by your hidden potential. And here's the challenge. Your potential will never reveal itself without demand. If you stay in safe places, if you never step out, if you never take risks, the potential will remain buried. Potential only comes out when pressure demands more from you than what you think you can give. That is why life pushes you. That is why circumstances stretch you. That is why you feel the weight pressing against you. Because every struggle is pulling something out of you that you didn't know was there. Hidden potential is like a treasure chest. From the outside, it may look ordinary, even unattractive, but inside it carries wealth beyond measure. The tragedy is that so many people go through life never opening the chest, never unlocking the treasure because they fear the key. And that key is struggle, pressure, resistance. It is only when the pressure is applied that the chest begins to crack open and the brilliance inside is revealed. So whenever you feel like life is squeezing you, whenever you feel like the burden is too heavy, don't despise it. That pressure is the hand of God unlocking what He placed inside of you. That weight is a signal that greatness is about to break through. You are not defined by what you have already done. You are defined by what you still carry within you, waiting to be revealed. Purpose in struggle. That is something most people miss, because when life becomes hard, when the pressure increases, our first reaction is to ask, why me? Why am I going through this? Why do I have to suffer while others seem to live in comfort? But the truth is, struggle is not punishment. Struggle is preparation. Struggle is the process by which God aligns you with your destiny. Every single person who has ever achieved greatness carried scars of struggle. Look back at history. Look at leaders who shook nations, inventors who changed the world, visionaries who built movements. Not one of them was exempt from struggle. And do you know why? Because struggle has purpose. Struggle is the classroom where you learn lessons that comfort will never teach you. Think about it. A baby cannot come into the world without struggle. The womb becomes tight, the pressure increases, and the baby must fight to enter the next stage of life. If the struggle does not happen, there is no birth. In the same way, your destiny cannot be birthed without struggle. The contractions of life are the signs that something new is about to be delivered. You see, pain makes us pay attention. Struggle forces us to dig deep, reach for strength we didn't know we had. If everything was easy, if every door opened without resistance, you would never discover the power that lies within you. Struggle is the demand placed on your potential. Struggle is heaven saying, there is more in you than you realize, and I will not let you settle for less. Let me ask you this: when you look back at your life, do you remember the easy days? The days when nothing challenged you? Probably not. What you remember are the struggles, the nights you cried, the mountains you climbed, the valleys you walked through. And why do you remember them? Because they shaped you. They built your character. They gave you wisdom. They gave you strength. Purpose is never revealed in pleasure. It is always revealed in struggle. Joseph discovered his purpose in prison. David discovered his purpose on the battlefield. Moses discovered his purpose in the wilderness. Even Christ fulfilled his purpose on the cross. So if you find yourself in a season of struggle, don't despise it. Ask yourself, what is this season teaching me? What is this struggle producing in me? Because I promise you, nothing you are going through is wasted. Every pain, every tear, every challenge has purpose. And here is the mystery. Sometimes the very thing you are running from is the thing designed to make you. You may think your struggle is a setback, but it's actually a setup for growth, a setup for strength, a setup for the unveiling of your true identity. Struggle pulls back the curtain and shows you who you really are. Gold does not reveal its purity until it passes through the fire. Without fire, it looks the same as any other rock. But in the furnace, under heat, the impurities rise to the surface, and what remains is priceless. Your struggle is the fire that is revealing your purity. It burns away fear. It burns away doubt. It burns away weakness. What remains is the real you, the strong you, the resilient you, the purposeful you. So many of us pray for purpose, but then we run from the very struggle that reveals it. We want to be leaders, but we don't want to be tested. We want wisdom, but we don't want to face problems. We want influence, but we don't want responsibility. But my friend, you cannot separate purpose from struggle. They are twins born together. To find one, you must embrace the other. I want you to imagine a butterfly. While still in its cocoon, it struggles to break free. Scientists once tried to help by cutting open the cocoon, making the process easier. But do you know what happened? The butterfly emerged weak, unable to fly, because the struggle was necessary to strengthen its wings. Without struggle, it could never fulfill its purpose. Without struggle, it could never fly. The same is true for you. Every hardship you endure, every challenge you face is strengthening your wings. Your struggle is not there to break you. It is there to build you. It is equipping you for the places your destiny will take you. Because if you got there too easily, you would not be ready to handle the weight of it. So the next time you are tempted to complain about your struggle, I want you to shift your perspective. Ask yourself, what is the purpose in this? What is this pain producing? What is this difficulty preparing me for? Because struggle is never wasted. It is the divine tool that transforms ordinary people into extraordinary vessels of purpose. Shine through the process. That is one of the greatest truths about life, but also one of the hardest to accept. You see, everybody wants to shine, everybody wants to be seen, everybody wants to be celebrated. But very few people are willing to endure the process that makes shining possible. Because brilliance does not appear overnight. Brilliance is the product of pressure, cutting, and polishing. Think about a diamond. It doesn't come out of the ground looking beautiful. When miners first pull it from the earth, it looks like an ordinary stone. Rough, unshaped, unattractive. If you placed it next to a piece of gravel, you might not even notice the difference. But hidden within that rough stone is a treasure. And here's the part we often forget: the stone must go through a painful process before its beauty can ever be revealed. The diamond has to be cut, and cutting is painful. Parts of the stone are chipped away, pieces are removed. The jeweler takes a sharp tool and strikes the stone over and over, shaping it into something new. Without the cutting, it will never take form. Without the cutting, it will never reflect the light. And after the cutting comes the polishing. The diamond is rubbed, ground, smoothed, refined until it shines with brilliance. Do you see the process? It is not just the pressure underground that creates the diamond. It is the cutting and polishing above ground that make it shine. Now let me bring this home to your life. Many of you are in the cutting stage. God is removing things from your life. People you thought would stay forever are gone. Opportunities you counted on have been taken away. And it hurts. You don't understand why it feels like you are losing more than you are gaining. But listen carefully, the cutting is necessary. Those parts of your life that are being removed are not meant to stay. They would block your shine. They would keep you ordinary. God knows what needs to go so that your true form can emerge. Others of you are in the polishing stage. Life feels like you are being rubbed raw. Every day feels like friction. Challenges keep coming. Trials keep grinding against you. And you wonder, why can't I just catch a break? But what you don't realize is that the polishing is what makes you shine. Without the polish, you may have value, but no one will see it. Without the polish, your brilliance remains hidden. The struggle you feel right now is polishing you for the stage you have been called to stand on. Here's what we often missay: diamonds do not complain during the process. They do not resist the cutting. They do not fight the polishing. They submit, and in submission they are transformed. What about you? How many times have you delayed your own progress by fighting the very process designed to reveal your brilliance? How many times have you complained, resisted, or tried to escape what was meant to refine you? You see, the process is not punishment, it is preparation. Every cut is shaping you. Every polish is refining you. Every struggle is teaching you. Without the process, you remain rough, hidden, unformed. But with the process, you become a vessel of light, reflecting greatness to the world. Think about it this way. When light passes through a rough stone, nothing happens. But when light passes through a polished diamond, it refracts, it multiplies, it dazzles the eye with color and brilliance. That's what happens when you submit to the process. Your life begins to reflect light in ways that ordinary people cannot. You shine not because of who you are, but because of what you allowed yourself to become through the process. And let me remind you of this: every stage of the process has a purpose. Pressure creates the diamond, cutting shapes it, polishing reveals it. In the same way, your struggles create you, your losses shape you, your challenges refine you. Do not despise the process. Do not wish it away, because without it, you will never shine with the brilliance you were designed to carry. It's easy to admire a diamond once it's finished. People marvel at its beauty. They pay any price to own it, place it on crowns and rings. But no one celebrates the years it spent underground. No one honors the blows it endured while being cut. No one praises the friction it faced in the polishing wheel. Yet without those hidden stages, there would be nothing to admire. The same is true for you. People may one day celebrate your success, admire your strength, or honor your accomplishments, but they may never see the nights you cried, the losses you endured, the struggles you overcame. They may never understand the process you went through, but you will know, and deep inside you will understand that every cut, every polish, every painful season was worth it, because it brought you to the place where your light could finally shine. My friends, when you look at the journey of a diamond, you see your own story. Buried in the dark, pressed by weight, hidden from sight, cut by sharp edges, polished by friction. None of it looks beautiful while it's happening. None of it feels easy while you are in it. But every stage has a purpose. Every stage is necessary. The pressure reminds you that value is being formed. The hidden potential reminds you that you are more than what people see right now. The struggle reminds you that your pain is not wasted. It is shaping you for destiny. And the polishing reminds you that your brilliance will only shine when you embrace the process, not resist it. So the next time life presses you down, the next time you feel forgotten, the next time you wonder why you must walk through struggle, I want you to remember the diamond. It does not become valuable in comfort. It becomes valuable in pressure. It does not shine without process, and neither will you. You were never created to remain ordinary. You were designed to shine. You were formed to reflect light in dark places. But the only way to that brilliance is through the struggle you are facing right now. Do not despise it. Do not run from it. Embrace it, because your struggle is proof that greatness is being born in you. And when the process is complete, you too will shine like a diamond.